Drew Franklin here with Tyler Thompson and Jack Pilgrim, and we are smiling from the Greensboro Coliseum media room. I don't know what we'd call this, cafeteria, but we're smiling because Kentucky just beat Providence on the other side of this wall on that court, 61-53 to advance to the second round of the tournament. Currently, Montana State and Kansas State are playing, and Kentucky will get the winner of that one. But while they're figuring that out, we're in here to talk about the Wildcats, to brag on the Wildcats. We got Oscar getting 25 rebounds. We got Toppin and Reeves combining for 40 points. We're moving on. Tyler, I'll start with you. You don't get to do as many of these. I talk to him all the time. How thrilled are you to put that win behind Kentucky?
I'm just happy to be here and do this with you all for a win, because the last time I did it was the Vanderbilt loss in Nashville, and that was depressing. But we're happy. Jack gets to celebrate his, the first NCAA tournament win since 2019, coming to the games. It was awesome. I think we were all pretty tense coming into the game, but Kentucky, after a somewhat slow start, kind of got things rolling. And just the first half was so fun. Like, they were clicking on all cylinders. Jacob Toppin was playing amazing. Antonio Reeves kept hitting those ridiculous threes. I mean, it was great, all around great. And I'm going to overlook all the second half, scoring droughts and all that, because a win is a win, and Kentucky is advancing, and we don't have to go home tomorrow.
Jack, you mentioned the fun and playing loose, and that was a big part of the St. Peter's loss last year, is how tight they looked from right away before the ball tipped. Not the case today, and then after the game, you were talking to the players, but we heard from Cal, that was a big part of it. Players saying he was loose. We'll focus on the rebounding and scoring, but let's just start with what kind of mindset they showed up with for this game.
Well, I go to that moment with, 3 minutes left in the game, and you just hear FDU. FDU, and they showed the live look-ins on the Jumbotron, and the players kind of glancing up, kind of trying to pretend like they weren't really paying attention, but definitely paying attention. And it was like this symbolic moment of the focus and attention now on the 16 seed upset. Purdue, Matt Painter can't get the job done. The Boilermakers are frauds. Here's why the Big Ten continues to suck air in the NCAA tournament, while Kentucky is winning an NCAA tournament game and getting that monkey off of its back and punting it.
Don't call it a relief.
I am relieved. Punting that monkey into oblivion as God intended. You could tell that there was a very clear pressure lifted off of this team's shoulders in that locker room, that no matter what they say, no matter what the narrative is, we didn't pay attention to the Purdue loss, or, none of that stuff. You could tell in the locker room that they did it. Like, all right, we can now throw that stupid St. Peter's game in the garbage and focus on whoever the matchup is on Sunday. It's questions of game planning and scouting and those sorts of questions, instead of stupid narrative from national writers and analysts going, is John Calipari's time at Kentucky over? How can Kentucky respond from all that? And all of that nonsense is out of the way. We can now focus on an actual game. 2 days later, my first tournament win covering as a job. I'm so unbelievable. I'm so relieved.
It's not possible.
I'm so happy. So go Cats.
Well, we're happy. Now let's focus on how we actually got happy and got to this point with some basketball talk. Tyler, would you like to focus on Antonio Reeves making 5 threes, or you want to talk a little Oscar getting every rebound imaginable?
That's a tough choice. I'll do Reeves, because coming in, I was a little curious how he was going to respond. This is a big stage. He played at Illinois State before. He might be a little nervous coming out, added the pressure of the St. Peter's loss. He wasn't here for that, but it kind of weighed on the team. It could have at least. But he came out and just hit dagger after dagger. I mean, there was a sequence, I think, late in the first half where he hit a big three, and then Jacob on the other end blocked Bryce Hopkins' dunk, which was, I felt a little bad for Bryce.
Chef's kiss.
You all probably didn't. But then on the other end, Reeves hit another big three and extended the lead to, I think, 11. It was just awesome. And to see him have that confidence is huge, because, as Calipari always says, we need dagger throwers. And Reeves proved, I think, tonight that he is a dagger thrower in March.
You've been listening to Cal a lot with all those daggers.
Well, I have my bingo card out. We'll get to it. But the Waltons came up tonight.
Yep.
Give the man credit. He works in his TV selections. But yeah, Calipari just focusing on the joy. It's not a relief, this win. It's the joy of winning.
I'm both.
We felt bad for Bryce. This was your first win, but you covered that team last year. I guess it doesn't feel that bad. But the matchup with Toppin, we're focusing on the numbers and what Oscar did in the box score and Reeves, but Toppin owned that battle. Toppin did scoring plenty of his own with 18, but I mean, that's the reason they won is him holding Hopkins to 7 points and winning that matchup.
Yeah, let's just go to the box score here. 7 points, 2 of 9 shooting, 0 for 3 from 3, 8 rebounds, 4 turnovers, -8 in the plus minus. Jacob Toppin absolutely destroyed Bryce Hopkins in that head-to-head battle. It's one thing to, and we talked about it, is there a chance that Bryce Hopkins, tries to get a little too amped up? Does Jacob Toppin try to kind of overcompensate a little bit and go for the kill too early? He played an unbelievable all-around game. Jacob Toppin, the growth and maturity that we've seen from that kid from the Missouri game. I mean, he was played off of the floor in Columbia, a dude that, I mean, hit rock bottom, the lowest of lows. For him to respond and have this head-to-head matchup, all the national analysts, all the writers, the focus on the Bryce Hopkins Bowl, and him look at that and go, story's going to be about me after the game. It was unbelievable. Like, Jacob, tip of the cap to, he's been through a lot this season. For him to go out and to play the way he did, going to his stats here, what was it? 18 points, 6 rebounds, block, 2 assists, had that 1 pass that was unbelievable. I mean, he did it all. Shout out to Jacob Toppin, because the team lives and dies by him at times, and they sure as hell live tonight.
Some quick hitters before we move on to keep the celebration going before Saturday off. Xavier Wheeler did not play. Don't know what will happen there. What did they say? Was it a tweaked it in the ankle? What happened? He
woke up with a sore ankle this morning and went through shoot around and was 70 to 75%. I don't know how you go to 75% after being full go yesterday when talking to the media, but I don't care. Positive vibes only.
Positive vibes only. Just wanted to note that he didn't play. No bench points. That's odd. But C.J. Frederick,
that's so weird.
Damian Collins. C.J. and Damian Collins each played 7 minutes. They contributed good things, just not scoring. But 0 bench points for Kentucky, worth noting. And then Kentucky had 18-2 in second chance points. Stephen, this went off. I don't know if I'm still talking. Am I supposed to see myself? If you all can see me, that's fine. I'll keep going. But yeah. All right, perfect. Just make sure we're still good. 18-2 in second chance points. Kentucky dominated the boards, not just Oscar. Won by 17 coming into this. Providence all week. Keep them off the glass. Keep them off the glass. Providence did not keep them off the glass, and that's why Providence is going home. Kentucky is not going home. They will be back Sunday, as I said, for the winner of whoever wins this one they're playing next. But for right now, we're going to sign off and go enjoy some Greensboro before Saturday of watching more basketball, and then we'll do this all again on Sunday, whoever's in the way for the second round. And then hopefully, not getting too far ahead, I wouldn't mind seeing a little New York City, a little Sweet 16, a little Elite 8. You want some Manhattan?
Madison Square Garden, let's go. I'm ready.
But first, we have Sunday in the second round. Jack, don't know opponent yet, no scouting. We're feeling good about how they look tonight moving forward?
Absolutely. And Oscar Tshiebwe had a quote that really kind of stuck with me, and it kind of shared some insight into the mindset of this team right now, the mood of the locker room. He said before they boarded the plane in Lexington, Cal pulled Oscar Tshiebwe to the side and kissed him on the forehead and said, "Let's go take care of business. Let's go get this job done." And Oscar was like, "Coach, I don't know why you're kissing me on the forehead." It was an amazing quote, but there is that kind of sense of just relief, and that can't say the word relief, but they're clearly relieved right now. And I do think that now that they got the monkey off their back, they can now focus on whoever it is, Montana State, Kansas State, I don't care who it is. And I do think that they are now kind of ready to take that next step forward and say, all right, we can now create our own path.
So we got Cal kissing Oscar. Fans watching this, I'd kiss you if I could. I'd kiss them. That's probably an HR issue because we're working together. But everybody's just happy and loving, and Kentucky basketball is moving on. So we'll talk to you on Sunday. Keep following all the stuff on the website, all the other stuff coming your way. There'll be interviews tomorrow, plenty of content to come. But right now, all that matters is Kentucky is still alive in the NCAA tournament, and they look pretty good doing it. We'll see you next time.